Hey there, welcome to Tucker's Test Kitchen. Every time I make one of these videos, a chef gets their wings, because they watch me work with food in the kitchen and immediately commit toaster bath. Sous vide is a popular cooking technique that involves cooking things in water under a vacuum at a very specific controlled temperature. You can sous vide practically anything from meats to seafood to vegetables, even eggs if you want. It seems like the hack trick to a perfectly cooked anything in a very set it and forget it fashion. It's boomed in popularity over the past few years, so I've decided to bastardize the concept beyond all recognition at the potential peril of my own health. Now today we're going to tackle a problem with sous vide. It's a complaint I've had since I've started practicing the technique. To show you what I mean, let's go through a quick sous vide of a steak from start to finish. First, we'll season the raw steak with basic seasonings. Here I'm using salt, pepper, rosemary, and thyme. Then we'll put it into a plastic bag and get rid of all of the air by submerging it and letting the air escape out the top. This is literally what sous vide translates to, by the way, under vacuum. Then we'll set the water bath to a target temperature and just leave it alone for some amount of time. Of course, the time you leave it in there matters. It changes the consistency of the meat, but personally I just shoot for about 2 hours. We fish the meat out of the water and examine it. It's cooked all right, but it looks a little anemic. It needs color. You then take your steak and put it in a screaming hot cast iron pan and put a nice sear on it to finish it off. If you don't do this, the steak comes out lame, and while most of the flavor is there, it's just... And that's all there is to it. Seems easy enough, right? But here's my problem with it. It's the cast iron pan. We've gone from zero pan cooking experience to using the hardest to clean item among my cooking surfaces, just to put a sear on something that's already cooked. And if you're a non-professional like me, then you end up with an uneven sear, and it's just such a gruesome end for a beautiful, clean, precise cooking experience. Surely there's a better way. Can we replace the searing step with something better? I sure hope so. That's kind of the point of this whole video. But for this, we go to Appleton. I'm here with Wesley. You remember Wesley, right? Yeah, that Wesley. This apparatus we have in front of us today is it's a burner, 2 burners really, with a pot full of liquid metal, and we're going to try to sous vide in it. The idea is that this metal, which is lead-free pewter, melts at about 550 degrees Fahrenheit, which is conveniently the temperature at which common steak sears. So why not try to get an even sear on every part of the steak at once, submerged in the... I know this is a bad idea. That's so shiny too. If you hit it, oh.
That's why I'm wearing sunglasses.
Are you dripping sweat already?
Oh, probably.
The subjects of today's horribly ill-advised experiment are pre-sous vided meats. We're gonna try, we got this ribeye and we got 2 chicken breasts here, and then we got something in the fridge still that we're gonna try. We're gonna do a couple different kinds of wrapping with aluminum foil. So the whole point of the aluminum foil is gonna be like the cast iron skillet in that will be the protecting wall between the very, very dangerous lead-free pewter and the meat that we hopefully will eat. So one of the big problems with such a fantastic cooking technique is that, and just meat in general, this is a juicy boy. And that's a problem for when you put it in something that is above the boiling point of water. You don't want it to, popcorn underneath molten metal. So, the way we're going to wrap it is we're going to leave a vent sticking out through the top of the pewter for all the steam to escape, because there will inevitably be steam. This is at what, about 650 degrees Fahrenheit now? So yeah, that seems like a good idea. We're going to get 3 runs on this one ribeye because it's science, and that's the scientific method. Why would, this came from Amazon, why would you package it like that? You know how people are always so like, does the toilet paper roll go over or under? And the people who go under are psychopaths. I agree, but that seems like doubly true for packaging aluminum foil. Actually, what we might want to do is this. Fold over like this, make a pocket like this, and then the vent will be out this way. Now I can already hear people saying, oh, this isn't sous vide, this isn't sous vide. It literally translates to under vacuum. And to that I say, I don't know, that's not the colloquial usage of sous vide. I don't think there is a colloquial usage of sous vide. I'm really just, what else would you title the video though? We should leave that flat maybe so it touches all the sides. And then we want a little hole like that. I guess let's just do this. You can see some of the meats. That means it's definitely going to vent. So I think I'm just going to try to slide it under.
Just go for it.
I'm trying. It's floating.
Oh. Push it down.
I smell it burning like, uh-oh, I see a bubble too, uh-oh. So yeah, not a whole lot stuck to it. It is crunchy. There's definitely slag on here, but not a whole lot stuck to it. This actually worked far better than I expected. It is still warm, but clearly I can touch it. Big reveal, ready? Holy crap, it worked.
Oh shit, that actually looks pretty good.
It actually kind of smells a little burnt. Maybe that's too hot.
I believe it.
It's stuck to the other side. There's a little bit of a sear on the other side. You can tell by the, I'll move it here, the tin foil, the contact with the steak wasn't that great. And that's kind of the whole point of sous vide. It's making contact with the medium everywhere. So there's our seared steak, and here is our control steak. There is a clear difference to me. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but there is a clear difference to me. I think we need to wrap it better. I think this method has promise. Okay, now comes the part that I was warned about by friends, family, and God. Do you think we should try this?
You can.
I saw bubbles, so I'm not going to try to eat this yet. I think two things have to happen for this to be even better. I have to get a better contact plane on the steak itself, and I also have to be careful with the tongs, because I feel like I may have pierced it. I don't see any metal, but I did see bubbles. We're going to try this piece next and see how it fares, but with a little better work on the aluminum foil. I can't believe that worked. We're going to do much of the same thing, except again this time we're going to try our best to keep it flat and really press it into the steak so it takes the shape. I think the bubbles came from under here. I think that might be what I saw.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Do you think that's enough or more?
A little bit more. I think I did a little under. Ooh.
Oh, that's not working. Oh, you can see bubbles on it. The pewter. That's not what I like. It's not what I expected. You see that?
That one's very clearly got pewter on it. I think if it's that obvious, I think the other one's safe to eat. I'm biased because I really want to try it. So this is steak number 1. It looks good. It looks edible. We might try it later. This is steak number 2. It has a better sear on it, but the foil leaked. So clearly there's some chunks of metal hanging off it. That doesn't seem safe to eat. This is our control. If you compare them, it's very clear that this is still a little bit not what we want. So we're going to try this last one. We're going to do a longer sear on it. So I think this one's ready to go. It's nice and snug. Let's look at the other side real quick. That's perfect. And okay. I don't like doing that either. I don't want to puncture it. I don't want to lose this one too. And this is not complete submersion. It is fighting back. The buoyancy in pewter, that makes sense though, because it's far more dense than water. That one seemed really good. I don't see any obvious tears right now. That, I don't want to touch it with these tongs. That looks good. That is a winner. We're going to eat that one. We've iterated the process, as good scientists do, and we've gotten it pretty good, I think. Steak 1, steak 2, steak 3. Steak 3 is the best. The fat kind of rendered a little bit. The sear is immaculate. It clearly works. It clearly works. That's so exciting. I'm gonna go get a knife and fork and we're gonna try it. Yes, 2 forks. We'll use the small one so it makes it look bigger. Look at the sear and how it doesn't go into the meat, but you don't want to eat it, do you? It's gonna be delicious. So that's an interesting problem I didn't think we'd have. All the moisture inside, on the outside of the steak disappears like that. You saw it all shoot out of the thing. Oh. So the sear is a little dry. Oh, I feel like if you put a little butter on it after the fact, it would be really good. I just want to try the first one because it looks safe to eat. This was with a little bit of a less sear on it, and it's actually a little better, but you can still taste the sear on it. I mean, sitting out in the sun didn't help it, but it is still very good. You want to try chicken? Chicken, I think, requires a much lighter sear than steak does. So this will be in for the briefest of moments, especially because, it's hitting temperatures of like 600 degrees Fahrenheit. So So we're just gonna use one of the 2 chicken breasts, and we're gonna try to do the whole thing at once. Now, I wonder if there's a way to like fight the buoyancy of the metal, because that's really the big blocker here. That the metal is so dense, and I didn't even think about this, but it makes sense now that I am thinking about it. The metal is simply so dense that it pushes up on anything you try to put into it. Okay, we'll let it in. That's really hot.
I really wish there was a way to communicate over video how hard you have to push on
It's really, I'm pushing really hard.
Yeah.
That should be good. I can already smell it burning, actually. The fact that I have to like rip it apart bodes well for the seal, and that's not what it looked like going in. Did that do anything? Or did, like, it clearly...
It browned it a bit.
It clearly did something. Oh yeah, look at that. It did brown it, but it's not crispy. Comparing the edges, it's very clear it did something. It's very strange what it did, though. I will eat a little bit of this and then put it back in, because I want to see how far we can push it. Oh. Yeah, that did nothing. Let's put it back in. No more Mr. Nice Guy. We're just gonna let it go. We're gonna do it for a whole like 30 seconds. It just wants to shoot out. Let's flip it over and try the other. Ooh! Good job, Tuck. That was real big brain. I smell the rosemary potentially burning. Heck.
Oh, it leaked.
So very clearly it leaked. You can really see that the seasonings all burned. Okay, I'll take this thinnest of sliver. I really just want to taste the sear. Oh, look at that just come off like butter. Oh, yeah.
That's a butter knife.
Hey. The sear is perfect. The sear is so thin. It's razor thin. It's not thick. If only it didn't leak. I still don't know how to combat that problem and the buoyancy problem. The buoyancy problem is so bad.
I think the leak could be fixed with using something to properly submerge it and push it. Like one of those hand potato mashers, and then you bend up the center so it's like an arc, so it kind of holds it as you're pushing it down.
That would fix it.
Yeah.
It's a really thin line between a perfect razor thin but nice and crispy flavorful sear and, you know, burning the rosemary on your chicken breast. I feel like the chicken was harder. It just wasn't getting crispy like the beef was.
Might as well throw the pewter back in though.
Oh, with the chickeny pewter?
Yeah.
So I think that concludes the meat section of the program. We have one more thing to try. Or are you doing the William Osmond? There can only be one Osmond. We have one more thing to try, and it's not gonna work. I already know it's not gonna work, but I have to try it. Surprise, it's cookies. Now, this isn't gonna work. You know that, I know that, the seagulls out back crapping on my deck know it, but we have a thing of molten pewter. We're gonna try something weird, right? For this one, we're gonna want big contact. For the next one that we want to spread out, I don't think we do want massive contact. That way, it's just the heat inside of it, and it will spread out and form in the void that I create for it. But we'll get to that in a second. Ugh, get in there. How long do you think I should put it in here?
I think it's done.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. It smells like burning. It smells like burnt chocolate. Oh. I don't know what I expected. It's not done, though. But and this is what we were seeing with the chicken, too. The very thin sear on the foil there, and the rest of it's left intact. And I think maybe the move here is to leave it a large void so that it has an opportunity to spread out and burn, but spread out and like firm up a little bit. Real goopy now. Big shock. And we're gonna leave it a nice big pocket. Oh, that's despicable.
Did not work at all.
I'm disappointed but not surprised. It tastes like a burnt cookie.
I don't think there's a point in even trying a flattened one.
No, I don't think there is. Let's not sacrifice another Oreo cookie. We all know how this is going to go. This was just a fun little, the whole thing was a fun little experiment, but this one, 100% doomed to fail. So, what did we learn today? Well, we learned that putting anything in liquid metal is just going to pop right out. Everything is buoyant. Obviously, especially air, but even more so, just anything you try to put in there, it just wants to go right back out. And that's really annoying when you're trying to submerge something in it and evenly coat it. Other than that, what did we learn? We learned that it works. It works incredibly well. Not cookies, but for meat. And, I mean, granted, we have to clean this cast iron now, but in general, you don't have to clean cast iron. That's kind of, the cast iron is the whole point of why we did this, and we kind of just ruined this whole cast iron thing, huh?
I mean, as long as you want to do this repeatedly and you still don't clean it, you literally just leave it there, turn the burner on, and eventually it'll melt.
Hey. So what did we learn today? Oh, geez.
It's a bumblebee.
Oh, look at you. That's not a flower, that's a truck. Okay, all right.